At the camp, it's been really great getting to integrate not only with the students but also the staff members. Everyone is really welcoming. We've had a really good time getting to bond with the students. They're all so lovely. And yeah, it's really enjoyable getting to see how they use AI and explore their thoughts on that. And you know, they're working towards making parks. Like we've had some fun ones. We had like a hot pot park and someone wanted to make a library shaped as a book. So it's really interesting just to see like what younger kids can do with technology instead of just playing games with it.
They're very creative and very good at like art and making stuff, like building their models. And like Mark, John, all of those people, they've been really like helpful, bringing us around, helping us.
I wanted to actually expand my horizon and actually talk to more people and learn about business and see how it actually works in different countries, because every country has its own different, uniqueness to it. And I can see that with China, such as integrating AI and allowing the students to think for themselves and not making just solely AI. Talking to everyone teaches me new things. Sure, there's a bit of that communication barrier with the students, but I can still understand what's going on. And I've learned so much about China. I've really enjoyed so far, and I've got zero complaints. Out of all seriousness, I've enjoyed every single bit of this camp.
Just love like the students, like they start off really shy in like the first 2 days, and then they just get very nice and they start saying hello to you all the time. Just go around to the different classes as well and see the different types of teaching environments depending on the teacher. And just like our really big, like the big team here, like there's so many different people and how they work together is like quite astonishing.
Last year, like a lot of what I was like talking about was like how much I enjoyed the camp, how much like I'd want to go on it again. The experiences I get to do here, the friends I make, and like being able to come to a place as different as it is to Australia is something that I really do miss when I leave. One of the things that last year I said, if I ever get the opportunity, I'm taking it. And I was given the opportunity and now I'm here again. So I'd really love to be able to come back and experience HIP for a third time.
Getting to actually integrate with the children here and get to learn about different culture than my own, because I'm from Serbia, I'm European, so not really connected to any Asian culture at all. So it's really interesting sort of get to learn more about that in their like home country.
I would say my favourite part was going on the excursions, especially to the museum. The museum, I really learnt like a lot about how the city grew and all the history behind Chongqing. And the children were like so cute, running around and learning. They were so excited, yeah.
As I mentioned, the AI part, because ICE is doing very well, is integrating AI at a very early age as compared to giving AI to year 11s or year 12s who would most likely use it for assignments and diminish their creativity. Here, students are actually taught how to use AI effectively, but also not diminish their creativity. They're asking AI for feedback and how they can improve further and not just do everything for them. That's something I've really loved about this camp and how it's structured with the AI.
I agree as well. Like the way they've taught AI here is very different. Sparked like an idea that I feel back in Australia that it should be taught how to use it at a very much younger age. Particularly like in our case, when AI was first introduced, we were never taught about it. Like it was just there, and teachers were never telling us to use it or to not use it. So people made their own assumptions on how to use it. And so now there's majority of students in Australia using it to their advantage of putting less effort into their assignments. And so now that I guess more people are aware, I feel that year 7s, for example, should be taught at that age on how to use it properly. And I feel if we had that when it first was released, then majority of students would be using it with the right intentions at the moment.
I think the AI integration this year has been a lot different, and just the way that it's been approached. I also think that the way the students have been handling this is also been interesting. It might just be my perspective as a counsellor instead of learning this time, but I think the program has shifted a little bit in terms of how we're approaching everything. seeing how the kids develop from day one, how like they were like pretty nervous and they weren't sure what to do, but now they're like really embracing the nature that I think Trina, Mark, John, that everyone wants them to embrace, and they're really taking the learning into their own hands, and they're like really experiencing what it means to be creative.
We all worked together. We didn't have one leader, one person who didn't do anything. We all had ideas. We all worked together and created the business.
And we made things like a new website, or if they didn't have a website, we did that. We made a new like mission, vision goal for our company to follow to get better at humanity. So it was mostly focused on giving the pre-existing business ideas on how to better themselves for the community of like Adelaide or the wider South Australia.
Use like your own thinking and use it to be more creative and explore the unknown.
Use your imagination to push your creativity and come up with things that maybe you wouldn't have thought of beforehand. And with the help of the AI, it makes it 10 times better because you can take your already creative idea and push it further and further to create something that you never would have thought you could.
Well, I guess our first understanding was sort of established from the assessment we did back at home in Australia. Similar to this actually, where we found a business, we identified a problem, we found the needs, and then we implemented a solution. But for a solution to happen, we needed to come up with ideas and strategies. And so all of those aspects sort of range over 4 different tasks. And that was able to give us a better understanding of the HIT program, as we were able to sort of focus on the human categories, which is like trying to create your business to like become better at humanity.
Making every aspect of humanity just better for humanity. And what I liked about it was that it made us think critically and be more practical with our business plan. So how are we going to get the funding? How practical is this? My understanding of it is that HIP is just trying to make every aspect of humanity just better.
HIP is a really good way to learn and experience AI and entrepreneurship in a new way, in a new perspective, because I think it doesn't get taught enough, the creativity in like even places here. Like you can see how students are developing their learning and understanding in AI, in entrepreneurship, how to work as a team, and just overall their creativity. I think how they have like learn with HIP is really just a mindset that is, you know, they learn about for years and years, but then HIP just comes along and helps them be like, hey, there's this other way that might be even better, you know? And I think HIP's really good at encouraging the way you think and making all your decisions really thought-driven.
We're gonna miss everyone.
Miss you all so much. We want to thank you, HIP, and have this amazing experience, because without them we probably would not have been able to travel all the way to China.
Everyone's been really generous and kind, welcoming.
We just
so sweet. Like
every time we're in the hallways, we're just smiling or laughing with someone. People are coming up and saying hi. So we're really sad to leave them because they are just so lovely.
Yeah. It may seem short or even long to you, but it really is short at the end. Like we at the start we thought, oh, it's very long, like it's a long time, but it went so quickly and we're so sad to leave. So just enjoy the time here and like really take it in.
And we're going to cherish the memories we made here forever, because we've had such an enjoyable time. We're a little bit emotional about it because we're just so grateful for the experience. And so make sure to pay attention when you can, make friends where you can, and just really get into the whole experience as best as you're able to.
Yeah.
And we hope that the kids, when they start school here next year, that they feel confident in their abilities with your HIP. Yeah.
Thank you for your patience. Like, thank you, despite like the language barrier, like thank you for always like considering our ideas if we have any in our feedback. And for your respect, we like appreciate it so much. You've been so welcoming.
He just took all my words, but yeah, thank you so much. I'm genuinely grateful to be a part of this, and I'm glad that people were empathetic. They understood our positions as well, because with that communication barrier, but they still tried and, you know, get their thoughts through us. And I was genuinely very happy that they were patient with us, because initially I thought, oh, I don't want to be a pain to these students. So yeah, thank you, and I hope you guys are enjoying ICE and work hard and do something that's better for humanity.
I think embrace the unknown, embrace the uncertainty. Just make sure no matter what you do, it's an experience and it'll stay with you forever. Everything you've learned here will help you in life.